So I'm going to talk about fellowships, and they're actually run from Germany, not based in the UK, and they're run by Cordula Obermeier, and recently Berthold Seitz has taken over from Peter Gabel. So have any of you taken a fellowship? I know you have back there. Any of you participated in an ICO Fellowship? Anyone applied? Okay, well, the best people to talk to is those who have participated in a fellowship, because they will tell you the benefit that they've received from the ICO and how they've made contacts. So the eligibility, you must have completed your residency training, and also specialist exams in ophthalmology must be passed. So you must be in your second, third, fourth year of ophthalmic education. The ICO stipulate that you must be under 40, and that's because the programme is so competitive that we're trying to capture those candidates in their early stages of ophthalmology, which will benefit mostly from the fellowship training. And you also must agree to return home. So you must return home to your native country so that you can apply what you've learnt to your local institution. Now, the system's worked on a point tier system, and you receive points for many different things, and one of those things are the ICO exams, and I'll explain a bit more about that later. Also, your society is a member of the ICO, and then your application will be taken with great consideration. So the exam points as follows, and as you'll see, taking the foundation assessment, A star to D, you gain 1 to 5 points, and then so on through 3 for optics and refraction, 4 for basic science and clinical sciences. And as we say in the UK, points make prizes. So 42% of your point gain towards your fellowship will be gained from the examinations. Now, these are not essential. It's not essential that you take the exams, so you will get taken into consideration if you don't have the exams for a fellowship. But if you're going up against your colleague who has got the exams, and you've got the same other experience, then they'll be taken they'll get better consideration. So you also get points for your application process. So you need to make sure that your application for your fellowship is clear, well understood, well presented. Some applications that we receive are jotted down in a rush. You've got 10 hours to submit it, and we can't read them. So therefore, you need to make sure that it's well presented and clear, because you do get points for those. You also get points for your qualification, your research and your teaching activities, so it's important that you document those. Your international work experience and any charity work that you do, so anything outside your normal day-to-day work. It's also relevant to your the home institution and your country, and it's balanced geographically. So we offer several fellowships. So the main fellowship that we offer is a 3-month fellowship, and it's called a fellowship, but in some places this is an observership, because if you come to the UK or you go to Australia or some places in Europe, unfortunately they're restricted. So you have to really take into consideration what you'd like out of the fellowship and whether an observership is sufficient enough. So if you come to the UK, they do have really strict restrictions. We also offer the Helmerich Fellowship, and as I said earlier, these are fully sponsored by the ICO. So I think it's up to the value of about $6,000, and that covers all living expenses, your travel, day-to-day living. We also have a Fred Hollows Foundation assessment, Foundation Fellowship, and also the SARC, which at present isn't available. So we have 87 hosts around the world, and you see 10 of those are actually in India, so you also place these fellows. We have 11 in South America, and then 41 in Europe. I will say that candidates do apply to countries like Germany, but unless you speak the language, it's very difficult to communicate. So also take that into consideration when you're applying for these venues. We also hope that from the fellowship you don't only gain experience, but you gain relationships. And we do offer a 6-month fellowship, which is called a sandwich fellowship, where you go to the host comes back to you and sees where you're applying your skills, and then you go back. And we hope these fellowships will continue to develop your relationships with other people around the world. And from here you can see pictures that students are mixing with the patients, they're getting to perform surgery, as I say, in some institutions, and they're building up relationships which we hope will last for a lifetime. Thank you for listening.